Good morning everyone, I hope you're doing well. I'm feeling a little bit rough. I've caught a cold or a virus of some sort, so I've got a bit of a sore throat and I'm just generally feeling a little bit under the weather. So I thought it'd be good to show a little full day of eating of what I eat when I want to sort of heal my body and feel good essentially. So I'm going to be starting off with some overnight oats, which luckily I've had prepared, so I can just grab this and I'm probably going to go back into bed for a little bit to rest up. I've got blueberries, some cherries, lots of lemon in here, some soy yogurt for a bit of protein, so that's going to be nice. And then after that, I think I'm going to try and make some sort of health shots. I'm going to blend up some like ginger, garlic, turmeric, that sort of thing. So stay tuned to see what I'm going to eat today. Probably going to make a nice sort of warming miso soup later, and that's going to be that. So I've gathered some ingredients to make these immunity boosting shots, and we're going to start with 1 clove of garlic, which is known to boost the function of the immune system. Then I'm going to add a selection of citrus, including satsuma, lemon and lime juice, so we're definitely going to have the vitamin C covered. So after I've made these zingy shots, I've decided for lunch I want a nice bowl of soup, so I'm going to make a miso tofu soup with some other veggies and maybe some roast sweet potato as well. So the other day I brought this citrus juice, so I'm just going to add this as well as I've got a little bit left. Then some raw apple cider vinegar. Then I've got some fresh turmeric. You can of course use dried if you want to, but fresh has a slightly more fruitier flavour which I really like. Just be careful not to stain your cloves or even your skin, it can be difficult to get out. I'm also going to add a little bit of chilli for a little bit of spicy heat. Then of course I've got some ginger. You don't actually have to peel it, but I have done here. And to help with the absorption of the turmeric, it's a good idea to add some black pepper. Lastly, to sweeten it up and make it a little bit more palatable, I'm going to add some maple syrup. And actually I'm also going to add a little pinch of cinnamon. Top it up with water and then we're just going to blend it until smooth. You may want to sieve it afterwards if you don't want it to be too grainy, but my blender is quite powerful so it should be fine. Let me know of any health boosting or immunity boosting ingredients that you think would go well in these shots in the comment section. Look at that beautiful golden orange colour, that is definitely going to do me some good and hopefully help get rid of this cold. I'm also taking my usual vitamins this morning, which are a multivitamin. I've got 2 vegan omega-3s, very important. Vitamin D, which is of course important for winter when there's not much sun about, especially in the UK. And then I've got an extra iron supplement because I recently donated blood, so I'm just trying to replenish my iron stores. So that is also going to go down. Oh, I'm going to drop one. Lost the vitamin D there. There we go. Okay, so here we have the vibrant orange health shots, and I think they're going to pack a pretty good kick. I'm probably just going to pour it into a little shot glass and have a little taste now. Okay, let's give this a go. I'm probably not going to shot it, I'm just going to sort of sip at it, because I think that would be a little bit brutal. Oh, that's good. Oh, whew, it's pretty strong. Definitely getting the ginger, the turmeric, and the chili coming through, but the maple syrup and orange juice is definitely helping to sort of mellow it out a little bit. Oh, that's really nice actually. I'll probably have a few of these throughout the day. Ooh, there comes the vinegar. Yeah, I think it's good to have these with your food as well. Just sort of help with the digestion. Whether or not they really do anything or not, I'm not so sure. But they taste good and yeah, hopefully it helps out. Delicious. So while I'm here, I thought I'd mention that I've started a sourdough starter. It's only about 3 or 4 days old, but you can already start to see some bubbles appearing, which is very cool. I have made sourdough bread before. In lockdown I made it quite a lot, but since then I haven't really done it. But I'm really excited to make my own bread because bread at the moment is crazy expensive, so I think making your own is definitely a good option. Let me know in the comments if you've ever made sourdough and if you've got any expert tips about making it.
So it's about midday now and I'm ready for some lunch, so I'm going to make a nice bowl of miso soup with some extra veggies thrown in there as well. Into the air fryer I'm going to be roasting some sweet potato and tofu, so I'm just going to chop them both into bite-sized cubes, and as long as they're the same size they should cook roughly in the same time. I'm using an extra firm tofu so I don't have to press it or do anything fancy with it. I just need to cube it up and that is going to be good to go. Get them both in the air fryer and I'm going to add some olive oil, salt and pepper, and to give them a bit of extra flavour I'm going to add some Chinese 5-spice, which has a lovely fragrant, slightly spicy flavour. Give it a good toss to coat all the ingredients. I'm then also going to add some corn flour and then toss it again to get them really nice and crunchy. Veggies are of course very important when trying to heal from a cold or illness, as they contain lots of vitamins and fibre, so I'm going to bump up the soup with some carrot and courgette. The middle of the carrot you can either just chop it up or you can have it as a little snack while you cook. I love making these ribbons as they cook in seconds, making it really quick and convenient. Then, because you really can't have too much ginger when you're feeling sick, I'm just going to peel a nice big piece here, ready to be zested in. You don't have to peel ginger, especially if it's organic, but if you do, use a teaspoon as it gets around all the knobbly bits of the ginger root. Also, I'm just going to peel a couple of garlic cloves, which I'll zest in with the ginger. Then a little fresh chili for some warmth and a little kick. I don't use the seeds as I don't want it too spicy. Into a medium saucepan, I'm going to add some toasted sesame oil, followed by the chili, and we're going to zest in the ginger and the garlic. Let these sizzle and fry for a few minutes to cook out the sort of harsh bitter flavour and just sort of bring out the really nice aromas. Then I'm going to add a litre of mushroom stock or veggie stock if you don't have mushroom stock. This will be enough for about 3 to 4 people. To add a bit more depth of flavour, some dark soy sauce. Then of course we're going to add a good tablespoon of red miso. I like to use red miso as it has a slightly richer flavour than white, but you can use whichever one you have. I like to give it a whisk just to ensure it's fully dissolved and there aren't any clumps of it, because that would be a very salty mouthful. Now the broth is essentially done, we're just going to add the carrot and the courgette ribbons and cook them for about a minute. We can turn off the heat now as they'll continue cooking in the residual heat. I'm going to add some fresh coriander and also a few cannellini beans that I had hiding in my fridge. And lastly, the juice of 1 lime for a bit of freshness and zing. Give it a good stir and taste it. You can always add more lime juice, coriander, miso, whatever you feel it might need. So the tofu and the sweet potatoes are ready now. I've cooked them at 190 degrees for 20 minutes and I gave them a good shake halfway through the cooking process. Both have gone really nice and crispy and caramelized, so we're ready to plate up now. Start with a good few spoonfuls of the crunchy sweet potato and the tofu, followed by a few nice ladlefuls of the broth and veggies. And to finish, a few leaves of that fresh coriander. So this is going to be the perfect lunch for the next couple of days. Lovely and warming, lots of veggies, and really nutritious.
Carrot and courgette is a bit like spaghetti. Nice warming flavours of the garlic, the ginger and the miso. Such a lovely fragrant broth. And you're getting protein from the tofu, carbohydrates from the sweet potato, lots of vitamins from the courgette, carrot, sweet potato again. Really good.
So it's now mid-afternoon and I fancy a little snack, and what I really want is a piece of cake, but I'm going to resist and make this berry smoothie, which will probably do me a bit more good. I'm going to start with a scoop of creatine and then a scoop of vegan protein powder. This one's organic and has no artificial flavourings or sweeteners, so that's always good. It does taste pretty gnarly, so you need to add a decent amount of other ingredients to override that flavour. So I'm going to add some ginger, banana, blueberries and some mixed berries, and also some chia seeds for some healthy fats. Blend it up and you're going to get a beautiful purple coloured smoothie. Lots of lovely coloured foods today, so that means we're getting lots of vitamins, and that is going to hopefully help me recover from this cold.
As I was blending it, I realised I didn't add any sweetener. I'd usually add a couple dates, but it seems to be okay. You can't really taste the protein powder, so that's always a good thing. And there's a nice hint of ginger. Yeah, it's really nice. The berries and the ginger definitely mask the protein powder, and then the banana was actually enough of the for the sweetness. Just having a little afternoon snack. I've just got some a square of dark chocolate, which I've already started, and a couple of Brazil nuts. Dark chocolate, actually very good for you. It's got lots of like polyphenols and other healthy things. I'm not really sure, but look it up if you want to. And then Brazil nuts, they've got a good amount of selenium in them, which is very important. So yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy these.
It's now sort of early evening and I want something a bit more comforting for dinner, so I'm going to make a creamy fennel and vegan sausage pasta dish. But I still want it to be fairly healthy, so I'm going to add lots of veggies, of course. Starting with this funky looking fennel, which my brother actually grew. I've just washed them and then we're going to finely slice them. Also some onion, which we're going to finely dice. And 1 clove of garlic. This is the leftover courgette from the miso soup, which I'm just going to finely dice. Next I've got a few plant-based sausages. These are from Sainsbury's. I think they're called like Plant Pioneers or something like that. And I'm just going to make a little cut down the middle and remove the outer casing. With the casing removed, we can then crumble them into the frying pan with a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to fry them until they're beautifully golden brown and caramelized. Then remove them from the pan and we're going to add them back in later once we've finished the sauce. Now the olive oil has been flavoured with those lovely sausages, we're going to add in our veggies. We're going to cook these down until they're beautifully soft and caramelised, which is going to take around 10 minutes. And of course we'll season them with some salt and pepper. While the veggies are cooking, I'm going to quarter some cherry tomatoes and finely slice some fresh parsley. The veggies are looking good now, so I'm going to add a good dollop of mustard and some tomato puree. Let these fry for a couple of minutes, then deglaze the pan with some white wine. This is optional, but definitely recommended. Then, as I want a creamy pasta sauce, I'm going to add some unsweetened soy yogurt. You could also use any other vegan cream or a cashew cream. Even some blended butter beans would work well. I already added some of these cannellini beans to the miso soup, but I had so many I'm going to add them to this as well, and they're going to work really perfectly because they're lovely and creamy. Now we can add the caramelised sausages back into the sauce, followed by the cherry tomatoes and some fresh parsley. The dish will already have some acidity from the white wine, but to brighten it up even more, I'm going to add the zest and juice of half a lemon. And when I went to get the zester, I also picked up some nutritional yeast to add a little bit of nutty cheesiness. Also a really good grating of black pepper as always. Now you've got a lovely creamy fennel and sausage sauce ready for the pasta or spaghetti. I'm going to use some brown spaghetti, which is I guess slightly healthier than white, but still delicious in my opinion. You could have this sauce with quinoa, rice, or just scoop it up with some crusty bread. Finish with a little fresh parsley and another grating of black pepper, and that is going to be a lovely dinner.
So good. Such a lovely comforting meal. I've only got a little bit left here. I just forgot I was even filming a video and completely demolished it. It's that good. It's creamy, it's got a lovely lemony, garlicky flavour, and then you've got the nice freshness from the parsley. Really nice, a really good weeknight dinner as well actually, and I'm going to go and finish this off now. Okay, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Slightly different to the normal type of video, but hopefully next week I'll be back to 100% and all will be good. So be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye bye.